Once upon a time in the late 1800s, a bold thinker named Friedrich Nietzsche embarked on a quest to unravel the mysterious origins of our moral values. In his groundbreaking work, On the Genealogy of Morality, Nietzsche invites us to step away from conventional wisdom and examine how the ideas of right and wrong took shape over centuries of conflict, power struggles, and human passions. Imagine a world where morality wasn't handed down from divine decree, but was born in the crucible of human experience. Nietzsche presents us with two distinct ways of seeing the world: master morality and slave morality. In the realm of master morality, the powerful and noble hold sway. Here, values like strength, honor, and assertiveness are celebrated. The individuals in this camp create their own code, a set of virtues defined by excellence, courage, and the joy of conquering obstacles. Their actions are driven by a deep sense of pride and self-affirmation. It is a world where the elite chart their destiny, and power itself becomes a measure of worth. But as we journey further into this narrative, we find another world arising from the shadows. Out of hardship and subjugation, the downtrodden develop what Nietzsche calls slave morality, a set of values that emerge not from strength, but from the pain of dependence and oppression. In this counter-movement, qualities such as humility, compassion, and meekness become virtues. Yet Nietzsche warns us, these values are not born solely out of kindness. Instead, they arise from a deep-seated resentment, a reaction against the ruling class. The oppressed learn to redefine weakness as moral superiority, turning their suffering into a badge of honor. This inversion of values creates a moral framework where the meek are exalted and the strong are vilified. Our journey does not stop with this battle of moral opposites. Nietzsche then guides us to the inner workings of the human soul, where natural instincts and fierce passions once roamed free. Imagine a time when our deepest drives, our desires, our appetites, and our impulses flowed without restraint. Over time, however, society imposed a rigorous set of rules, forcing these raw energies to be tamed and redirected. This immense internal battle led to the phenomenon Nietzsche describes as the bad conscience. In trying to conform to an external moral code, humanity turned its self-destructive energy inward, sparking feelings of guilt and self-reproach. It is as if, in order to belong and survive within a strict social order, people began to punish themselves for their very nature. Then there is the intriguing tale of the ascetic ideal. Picture devoted monks, hermits, and ascetics who reject the pleasures of the world, embracing suffering and self-denial as the highest forms of virtue. To many, this path appears noble, a courageous renunciation of worldly desires in search of spiritual purity. However, Nietzsche challenges this notion by suggesting that the ascetic ideal may serve as a mask for deeper ambitions. It becomes a tool by which individuals and institutions assert power over others, dictating not just conduct, but also the very nature of what is considered good or virtuous. Now fast forward to the present, and you might be surprised at how these debates carry on. In our modern world, we continue to wrestle with questions of justice, fairness, and the true nature of virtue. Critics of conventional morality ask whether the values we hold dear were forged in ancient power struggles, rather than divine inspiration. Nietzsche's narrative encourages us to dig deeper, questioning assumptions, challenging long-held beliefs, and imagining that our moral codes might be more fluid and human than we normally assume. On the Genealogy of Morality is not merely a historical account. It is a call to question everything we take for granted about our ethics. Nietzsche invites us to imagine a world where we critique our moral origins and, in doing so, empower ourselves to create values that are more honest, more reflective of our true nature, and ultimately, more liberating. Thank you for joining this exploration into the origins of morality. May this story inspire you to think deeply about the forces that shape our ethical landscape and challenge you to see beyond the familiar boundaries of right and wrong. Thanks for watching.